What's up, my Raider Nation? It's your boy, Mikey Raider. My apologies for not doing a post-game review of last week's game versus the Dolphins, but let's be honest, the Raiders suck. We all knew we were going to lose, so what does it fucking matter? But I'm going through some stuff. I'm not feeling so good emotionally, physically, mentally. Ain't doing good financially. But thank you. Somebody donated $10 down or through PayPal and stuff like that, and Venmo last week helped me out a lot. I appreciate you guys so much. But that's the honesty of it. You know, I'm dealing with some things. Just one of those days that a Raider fan goes through when he's empty inside. He don't want to take it out on you. What's up, y'all? It's Mikey Raider, your voice to the nation, your Raiders guru, your Raiders insider, your apologetic Raider fan. And please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. I've been losing my hearing, so I can't even hear myself talking to you guys. I hope it's okay. But please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider donating with portals down below or becoming a member for a few dollars. Buy me a taco or two to support this channel. And other than that, man, I love you. I appreciate you, and God bless you, okay? That being said, the holiday season is around the corner, and we're going to have a Raider game soon on Black Friday. Well, Black Friday has a connotation or a tone that sounds bad, if you really think about it. Why is the word black always associated with bad? I don't know. It's that white supremacy culture, I guess. I don't know. But hey, we got a game on Black Friday. This entire season, they should have called it Black Sunday. And that's what the Raiders brand is called, the clothing brand. But it hasn't been a good year. So just to give you a quick post-game review from the Miami Dolphin game, then we're going to get into some latest news. Then we're going to do a game preview for the Broncos. So you're getting a 3-for-1. You're having a triple orgy in this video. Woohoo! And I got the salt and pepper working, you see? So we're going to, push it. Push it. Push it real good. Mikey Raider's getting busy. Hopefully with a Raiderette. Or am I getting fucked by the Raiders? We'll talk about that in a little bit. Well, look, please go back and watch my game preview for the Dolphins. I said everything that would happen, and I predicted the final score like 32-20. And I think it was 34-19. I might have said 30-20 now that I think about it. But still, I was that close. And I said the game would be close until the fourth quarter, when mysteriously some mistakes are going to happen, and we're going to kick field goals instead of going for touchdowns, and there's going to be game management decisions and stuff like that, and we're going to lose the game because we're silently tanking. People don't even want me to say that anymore, but we are. We are. We're silently tanking, whether you believe it or not. But our offense looked better, so we got hope. But look, Gardner Minshew played a decent game because they finally gave faith in him, which was cool to see. And, you know, they were throwing the rock around. They were throwing the rock to Brock. And he had another amazing day, and he is one of the best tight ends in the league. But, I mean, let's get real for a minute. We had the return of Michael Mayer, the other tight end. So it was a good day on offense. If 19 points is a good day. You see how the media spins that shit? But still, it was a good day for the Raiders. On offense, we looked much better under Norv Turner and his son Scott. I appreciate that. I do. But I'm just tired of this false type of hope that's going around. And then our defense, well, it hasn't gotten better. We got so many damn injuries. We got to realistically think about, should Patrick Graham be our defensive coordinator moving forward? You know, some people wanted him as the head coach this season over Antonio Pierce, but he stayed with the team another year, even though he took interviews for other teams. Is there a pathway for him becoming a head coach? No. No, not with this team. He will be gone next year. I mean, the Miami Dolphins haven't scored 30 points probably all season. And they did against the Raiders. It was a get-right game for who? As the title of my last video, get-right game for who? Not us. But they're trying to put the positive spin that it was a get-right game for the Raiders. No. 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 But look, I'm not going to harp on it. It was fun to see some decent plays on offense because we got a new offensive coordinator and they livened things up a little bit in the locker room. But when it comes to crunch time, they're talking about how we're trying to get wins. They're not. Again, publicly they're saying they're trying to get wins, but they're really not. Like I said, they're tanking. And now there's more talk of Shedeur Sanders coming to the Raiders. And I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want that dude anywhere near our team. Remember Caleb Williams' ego and stuff that was happening with Caleb Williams? Is he deserving of the number 1 overall pick over Jaden Daniels? No. Shedeur Sanders, he's so athletic and talented. He has a lot of that stuff as well. Ego, money, you know, causes drama. Or somebody wrote to me, Shedeur Sanders doesn't, and his dad, they don't cause the drama. The media causes the drama, and they have to respond to it. Okay, well, guess what? If the media is the one that causes the drama and the chaos, and they feel like they have to respond to it, guess what responding to drama and chaos does? It creates more drama and chaos. Are you stupid? So whoever on Twitter wrote me this shit, you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. The real intelligent people don't feel the need to respond. They're just like, that shit ain't true. Leave it alone. No, but the people that actually create drama and chaos respond. So I don't want any of that near our fucking team. That being said, we lost to the Miami Dolphins. They had a good game. I'm not going to talk much more about it. Of course, we had some more injuries and whatnot. And our O-line had the 8th O-line movement or change this entire season, where we've changed up the players, I guess, 8 or 9 times this season. There's no consistency there. There's no consistency with the Raiders at all. And that brings me to my next issue. I believe the Raiders are still in 5th place, or for the 5th pick in the draft. If the season ended today, I believe they're still 5th. They might be 4th, but I haven't looked into it. But I still think it's number 5. But regardless, you know, hey, let's keep losing. Maybe we can get that top 3 spot. I don't know. We are tied with other teams, but they have strength of schedule or something like that. But here's something that rubbed me the wrong way, just like Bobby Brown. Is that Bobby Brown? You gotta rub me the right way, Wush. Rub me the right way. I don't know. It might not be Bobby Brown. But I will sing a song from Ghostbusters, too, from Bobby Brown. If it's up to us, we've got to take control. Gotta take control. Gotta take control. We are the Ghostbusters, and we're here to get the ghost. Gotta get the ghost. Gotta get the ghost. I don't know if those are the exact words, but it's from Ghostbusters too. It's a good movie. Here's something that burned my britches about the Raiders. I talked about it in a video a while back. The Raiders officially became woke. They put rainbows on our flag, the Raider Nation flag. They put all the rainbows and all that colorful stuff, and they became woke, okay? Now that we got a new president, young man, we are about to go down. We say, young man, we get yourself off the ground. I said, young man. Why does this song say young man all the time about with Donald Trump? And he likes young men. And he's gonna have fun. He likes young men. I don't know. Think about it. That song says young man a lot. And Donald Trump dances to it every press conference. Makes you think. But now that we got a new culture setting in, the mega movement, I guess. The Raiders did something this weekend that kind of really irritated me. Many of you may not even know about it. But the Trump dance that I just did has been taking the NFL by storm. So the past couple weeks, players, ever since he won the election, some players, when they score a touchdown or they do a big play, they do the Trump dance. Because they feel free to do that. Because he's our next president. The public proved that he's the popular pick and all that against the cancel culture. So Brock Bowers versus the Miami Dolphins scored a touchdown, and he did the Trump dance, which was fun to see. And it was really, really cool. Because we do have some players on our team, like Max Crosby and others that have taken pictures with Donald Trump, and we know they support Donald Trump, and they probably voted, and I don't care about any of that stuff. But still, Brock Bowers showed the dance, tried to have fun while scoring a touchdown, and you know the media wants to go to, oh, did you vote for Donald Trump, Brock Bowers? Why are you doing the Trump dance? It becomes a political sideshow. So, in the locker room after the game, where they ask players questions about the game and stuff like that, apparently reporters went to Brock Bowers, and he was available to answer questions. Then one reporter started asking him about the Trump dance. And then he said, something about, I saw the guy on the UFC, I forgot his name, Jimmy Jones, do the Trump dance, and I wanted to represent him while I did the dance, for my touchdown. Brock Bowers said something to that effect. Well, first off, Brock Bowers, don't be afraid to tell the truth. It wasn't the UFC fighter that did the Trump dance, and you're recreating his Trump dance. You're recreating the Donald Trump dance. Just own up to it and not be afraid of this bullshit cancel culture, okay? I mean, that's all I'm going to say, Brock Bowers. So that pissed me off. But the Raiders PR department, while they were listening to the questions being asked to the players, one of the Raiders PR person did not want Brock Bowers to possibly take any more questions about the Trump dance, where they could ask him, did you vote for Donald Trump? Why did you do the dance? Or further, or, whatever they could have asked after they asked the initial question. Other reporters could have asked some similar questions. But right after that first reporter asked that question about the Trump dance, and Brock Bowers said, I did it because I saw it on UFC and stuff like that, Raiders PR department shut down the questions. All right, that's it for Brock Bowers. That's it for Brock Bowers, because they were afraid. They shut it down, and the reporter wrote about this on Twitter. And they took Brock Bowers away from any more media availability. And I guarantee you, moving forward for the next 2 or 3 weeks, they're not going to let him answer any questions. And I guarantee you, somebody told Brock Bowers, hey, if you score a touchdown, don't do the Trump dance. It makes our company, our team, our organization up to scrutiny from the political culture. And we want to keep politics out of sports. So that's why Brock Bowers even answered that I did it because I saw it on UFC. Because there's an unknown statement in the locker room and on the teams, probably ever since whatever the guy from San Francisco wore the MAGA hat. You can't talk about politics or whatever in the locker, around the team. So the damn Raiders PR department shut down Brock Bowers from being his true self. They made him censor his words by saying, oh, I did it because I saw it on UFC by the winning fighter as he did it in the ring. That is some BS. The Raiders can't even be themselves. And the legacy of the Raiders players is to be themselves and to be able to have fun and not worry about, NFL culture or NFL rules or laws or anything of the above. And the Raiders PR department and I'm going to call her a pain in the ass or a bitch, Sandra Douglas Morgan. That's right, I'm calling her a bitch. All right, you hear me, Sandra Douglas Morgan? Ever since you became the CEO, the first woman CEO or whatever the title is, you've went down that Democratic CEO woke rabbit hole. Remember when the Patriots fan, some Raider fan and a Patriots fan got into a fight? You sided with the Patriots fans. And you even gave them free tickets to games to watch the Raiders. You bitch. Then when there was some other scrutiny about the vaccines, you forced Raider fans to get the vaccine just to watch a game to go into the stadium, and a couple of people actually died from side effects. That's right, they died to watch a game. That's not talked about in the media. And then you put the rainbow, you did all the transgender stuff, and you're talking about how, you, Antonio Pierce, and the GM, the assistant GM, were the first 3 black people to hold key positions last year. That's fine, celebrate it. But it just shows you're going down that rabbit hole of separating people. Anytime people separate themselves, we're black and, we're finally the black people that are in charge. You're separating. I don't have no problem with it. But why do you got to keep separating it by saying us black people? Again, just stop talking about it. Black and white are different. But how are they going to be accepted and united if we keep separating? Oh, you're black, he's white. Oh, you're white, I'm black, he's black. It's just, But Sandra Douglas Morgan, I guarantee you had a hand in this with the PR department. I could blame Mark Davis as well. Remember, he tried to silence Raider fans for having signs that said, fire McDaniels. This Raiders organization is a clown show. It's a freaking clown show. They don't stick to their guns. They don't have any pride in anything anymore. Home games are no longer home games. And now they're silencing their players, their only good player. And it's just... So they silenced Brock Bowers. They made him afraid to speak the truth. How are we going to build a winning team if we're afraid? I mean, the NFL already does it with penalties and fees. If you talk bad about the referees in press conferences, you get fined $10,000. The NFL is a scam as well. They fine everybody and they get more money for their bottom line to pay their CTE players in the future. I have a huge issue with them silencing Brock Bowers and cutting his media availability in fear of whatever questions. They're trying to toe the line. They're fucking fence pickers or fence sitters. That's the word, fence sitters. And it really burns my britches. Let me know your thoughts on that. You might differing opinions. It's okay. But yeah, I'm just really upset. We are living in the time of revelations. I believe that. If you believe in the Bible, we're living in the time of revelations. And the truth is coming out in all ways. The truth is being revealed. And the Raiders organization is still silencing people. Technically. Well, it's a business. People have to do this and do that. We don't want politics in football. Remember the Colin Kaepernick stuff? Again, doing a Trump dance has nothing to do with kneeling during the national anthem. They are not the same thing. It's a dance. But I'll leave that for that. Now, another thing about this team that's really pissing me off, and I don't understand it, is apparently just about an hour or two ago, I found out Mark Davis has sold another 15% of this team. That's right. Mark Davis has sold another 15% of this team. It hasn't went through. The owners have to vote on it maybe in December. But Mark Davis has now made a statement where he's willing to sell off another 15% of this team. And he previously sold 10.5% to Tom Brady and whoever Tom Brady's partner is, and he sold another 0.5% or 1% to Richard Seymour, to fucking Patriots. Now, that's at least 11% of the team that Mark Davis owned. And how much did he actually own going into this? Not 100%. His mother, Carol, has shares and stuff like that. But, she's going to give those to Mark. So, now with this 15%, if you add it all up, that's at least like 26%. And I don't know how much Mark owns more officially, because there are other investors from years prior that are still there. And I'd like to find out the truth. If you guys know any of the actual facts on the minority owners, let me know. I'm sure Mark Davis is still the majority with his mom, Carol. But how much did they have to begin with? 70%? 65%? Now, if Mark has officially sold off like 26%, that leaves him with like 33, over 33 or 35, which would make him technically the majority owner. Because if you had 35%, you get it, and you split it at least 3 ways, you have majority. So he's still the face of the Raiders, but he's selling off the team. And people kept saying the Raiders are rich. The brand is building. The brand is getting richer. And people like Murph, I love you, Murph. But again, I'm going to have to fight back on something you said a couple years ago when a lot of people like me were saying the Raiders are poor. They're liquid poor. And this is proving it. The selling of the teams. Mark Davis is liquid poor. Maybe the team itself, because it owns itself, is not poor. The evaluations went higher ever since they moved to Vegas. But in general, Mark Davis himself bought the WNBA Aces off of the back of the Raiders, and the money that sits behind his ownership in the Raiders, he bought his house with a down payment and used non-liquid money to buy the house and the Aces, and now he's selling the team off because he needs liquid cash. And the brand is being devalued weekly, in my opinion, from all these losses and controversy. So he has to sell now and this year while there's trouble, while people ain't looking. Because if we were doing good and we heard Mark Davis is selling the team, people would be livid. They'd be livid. So you might as well sell the team while we're doing bad, so people will be like, who gives a fuck? We want Mark Davis to sell the team anyway. We ain't going to win till he sells the team. But he's still going to be the face of the team. He still probably owns 35, 40%, whatever the number might be. And he's still the face of the Raiders. But now he's getting liquid rich if they allow this sell. which they already did the Tom Brady and his partner and Richard Seymour sell. The people that are vying for the sell in the Raiders, forgive me, I don't remember the names. It's a talent corporation, an agency called Endeavor. They're out here in LA. They're agents of a lot of famous actors. I tried to get in with them. They didn't sign me many years ago, but still, Endeavor is one of the agencies, one of the people with Endeavor, and another agency. So it just sucks that the Raiders are being sold to companies and patriots. Why couldn't they have been sold to Raider legends? Charles Woodson has some business ventures. He probably could have found some venture capitalists, like Magic Johnson did a couple of years back, where Magic Johnson was the face and then he bought part of the Dodgers and the Lakers or the Clippers or whoever he bought. Why can't Charles Woodson, Tim Brown, some of these Raider legends find some venture capitalists in Vegas to partially own some of the Raiders? And why didn't Mark Davis offer some Raider legends a discount like he tried to do with Tom Brady? Makes you think, who are the real Raiders here? This organization, I ain't happy with it. I ain't happy at all. I'm a Raider for life, but I am so sick and tired of this lack of business-oriented skill set and organization as a whole and consistency. Not only does this team suck, this whole organization sucks. And they're lucky for getting a new stadium. And they're lucky for valuing, or for the brand being valued more than they've actually proven within this organization. I don't know if that made sense to you guys, but they're lucky. They're lucky. And I'm just frustrated, clearly. I don't even want to watch the Raider games now on a weekly basis. I just don't care. It hurts. Sorry, guys. Just being truthful. It fucking hurts. You dedicate your fandom, many years of your life on videos, and just nothing real good or consistent happens. And every year we have to be sold like a snake oil salesman. We have to be sold on hope. All right, let's get into the Raiders versus Broncos game. A friend of mine or two bought tickets a year ago, or when it was announced, to this game. And I was going to try to go to my first Raider game. But I'm having financial struggles. And it's a $200 ticket that I bought a few months ago with my friends. They were going to drive me and take me, and then I'd still have to pay like $150 for the hotel and a little bit of gas money. It's a $500 trip. I'm not going. I sold the ticket to them, and I'm going to save that money from a hotel, food, gas, whatever, and I'm going to use it for me. It's not worth it. I've never been. I want to see the stadium. I want to feel the vibe. I want to see some of you that I haven't seen in many years, but it ain't worth it. They're going to lose against the Broncos. It'll be another close game. They'll play as good as possible. They'll be in it to win it until the end. Because again, we're silently tanking. But it's just not worth it for me. I hope you guys can understand and forgive me. That's just the truth of my life. But I'm looking forward to watching Gardner have a little bit of freedom in trying to live up to the reason he was technically signed by the Raiders, to play at least 500 football. But the sad part is it's a little too late. And the truth of this season is we can't continue to lose games in the fourth quarter. And now we're playing for next year. So we're going to have to start playing, not only because of injury, but we're going to have to start playing different players just to see what they got. And again, Antonio Pierce and Gardner, even though they're technically on the same page right now, Antonio Pierce said the other day, they said, hey, are you going to take a look at Ritter as well? And this and that. Gardner's our starter for now. So we're going to have more of that benching bullshit. If Gardner struggles in any game, they're going to immediately throw in Desmond Ritter, when it should have been the guy that was the undrafted free agent. I forget his name, but his name starts with a C. Chase Bradley, I think his name is. He should have been given that starter spot, or the second backup string to Gardner, and he should have been given a chance to play. He made the team undrafted. Let's see what we got out of him. But that's what I expect moving forward in these final 5 or 6 games. It's going to be they're pretending to win. They're going out there trying to get a victory. But anytime a player makes a mistake or whatever, Antonio Pierce is going to try to act frustrated. He's going to bench the player in the game, put in Desmond Ritter, put in Carter Bradley, put in Amir Abdullah. It's just going to be a clown show moving forward, so we can see what we have and we can find some decent players for next year, because the truth is we're going to have another overhaul for this entire team. I still believe Telesco and Antonio Pierce might be fired. Maybe not Telesco. He was hired after Antonio Pierce. But still, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know. It depends on the draft pick we get. And do the Raiders want to go out on the coaching carousel again this year, when there's probably going to be another 5, 6, 7 teams looking for head coaches? And what are the Raiders going to sell the new head coach on? If we have the number 1 overall draft pick, then a new head coach that might be better might want to come to the Raiders for a good amount of money. We'd have to pay off Antonio Pierce, whatever's left in his contract. We're going to lose Patrick Graham, I believe. And Tom Telesco might officially have the top 3 or 4 overall pick to get a quarterback and start this franchise again from the bottom up. We need running backs. We need wide receivers. We need so much. And I don't know how many real good coaches are going to want to come to a team that's basically rebuilding. But I would love Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions to bring over his offense. But the truth is, they're allowing Scott Turner and Norv Turner to try to make this offense better, so that way they don't have to hire a new offensive coordinator next year. They're actually giving Scott Turner a real chance, because they're always trying to save money. Because as we spoke about, Mark Davis is liquid poor. That's why we still got $38 million in salary cap that we haven't spent on free agents this year, because they know internally they're tanking. And next year is another rebuild. After Josh McDaniels, you got to tear it all down and start again. And that's what they're doing. That's why there's still $38 million on the salary cap. Oh, it's for next year, Mickey Raider. Maybe it is. But they're still going to save 20, 30, 40 million every year, as the NFL allows them to save, or to save, like, they only have to spend 81%. It might be 88%. But they only have to spend 88% of their salary cap for 3 years. So they can save that money and it can earn interest in bank accounts. I've talked about it a bunch in other videos. So there it is. Let me give my prediction for the Raiders versus Broncos. It will be a close game. All division games are close. And But they got a #1 defense, and they're going to win it in the fourth quarter again, just like every close game this season. Broncos are going to win. They got Bo Nix. He's playing pretty decent. He's going to run the ball a lot. Bo Nix is going to have a field day against the Raiders, running it out of the backfield against our team. That being said, they don't have the best wide receivers, but Cortland Sutton has been playing real good. And every time we play a team that is lacking in depth in certain positions, out of nowhere a player comes out and scores like has 100 yards and a touchdown and like 7 or 8 catches. Well, that player for the Broncos will be the Vele guy, Vele, Vele guy. He's going to have a big game against the Raiders. And Bo Nix is going to have a good rushing game. And they're going to win 28-23. No, you know what? They're going to score at least 31. 31-23. Raiders finally go over 20 points. And that's my prediction for the game. On Raiders offense, look for Jacoby Myers to have a bounce back game because our new offensive coordinator, Scott Turner, and them, they picked our best player and they put him in the forefront this week in terms of Brock Bowers. And our second best player on offense would be Jacoby Myers. So last week they showcased Brock Bowers. So NFL teams like the Broncos are going to want to shut down Brock Bowers. This week in practice, the Raiders are going to showcase Jacoby Myers. So this week, Jacoby Myers will be the fantasy football target, if you want to play him, that I believe the Raiders will try to feature in this week's game. Get Jacoby Myers all around the field and let him make some plays. And then once they realize that, of course, Brock Bowers is going to get his. So that being said, and the run game, we got injuries to Madison, maybe Zeus White. So I don't know who's going to play, but expect, like I said, moving forward in the next few games, young Raider players are going to start playing a lot more in these coming weeks. So expect Dylan Lobb to get another run on this team to try to make some plays for our team. All right, I'm Mikey Raider. I love you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Go Raiders. And I'm sorry if today's video was a little lackluster, but I'm not feeling it in my life and for our team. Let me know your thoughts down below. I truly appreciate you. If you watched this long, right at the bottom of the screen, right, Raiders are going to win one day. Raiders are going to win one day down below, and I know you watched the entire video, and maybe I'll find a way to give you guys a future gift. That being said, I hope I feel better emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and I hope I get better financially. So my spirits are bigger and better, and I can come to you guys with more fun videos in the future. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Go Raiders.